Welcome to Akshara Foundation's video on division with remainder. Akshara's math kit has counters, base 10 blocks, play money, and place value mat which can be used as teaching aids. Let's start with a quick revision of the concept of division. Students have learnt that division is a process of equal sharing. For example, when 8 counters are divided amongst 4 children, each child gets 2 counters. Now, ask students to divide 13 counters among 4 friends. By distributing 1 counter at a time, each friend gets 3 and 1 counter remains. We have 4 facts here. First fact: 13, the number to be shared or divided, is the dividend. Second fact: 4, the number of shares to be made is the divisor. Third fact: 3, the quantity that each gets is called the quotient. Fourth fact: the 1 counter which remains is called the remainder. Ask students to calculate the quotient and remainder for a few more examples using counters. In order to work with larger numbers, introduce the system of grouping by tens with base 10 blocks. Each yellow cube represents 1 unit. 10 small cubes are equal to 1 10 or 1 blue rod. 10 blue rods equal 100 or 1 green plate. And 10 green plates equal 1000 or 1 red cube. Let us see how this works when we divide 567 by 5. In the initial stages, students must say the number aloud. 567 is 5 hundreds, 6 tens, and 7 units as they place the blocks on the place value mat. It helps them position the digits in the correct place. The important rule in division is to start by dividing the digit in the highest place value. Remind students of the division fact which says that when a number is divided by itself, the answer is 1. In this case, 5 hundreds divided by 5 is 100 or 1 green plate in each share. No more hundreds remain, so we move 1 step right to the tens place. We divide 6 tens by the divisor 5. Each share is 1 rod of 10. 1 10 remains which cannot be divided, but it can be regrouped as 10 units. This gives 10 plus 7 or 17 units. Finally, we divide 17 units by 5 to give 3 units each. 2 cubes cannot be divided equally among 5, and thus this is the remainder. The quotient here is 113 and the remainder is 2. Concrete learning aids are very helpful in understanding basic concepts. Soon after, students must move to long division. Let students divide 567 by 5 on paper. Start from the highest place, in this case the hundreds place. 500 divided by 5 is 1. Show students where the quotient 1 is written. No more hundreds remain. So, move 1 step right and bring down 6, which is in the tens place. 6 divided by 5 is 1. Write 1 in the quotients place. 110 remains. 110 is equal to 10 units. Move 1 step to the right. Bring down 7 from the units place. Now we have 10 plus 7, which is 17. Divide 17 by 5 to get a quotient of 3 and a remainder of 2, which is written at the bottom. Students should learn how to verify this answer. Let us trace the steps backwards and check if we can reach the original number or the dividend. Multiply the quotient 113 by the divisor 5. We get 565. Students, here must not forget the remainder too. Add the remainder to 565 and we arrive at 567, which is the dividend we started out with. So, the answer is correct. Point out to students how the rules of multiplication and division are closely related. It is a good practice to verify the answer each time. With more practice, students will pick up fluency in this procedure. When students are ready, they can move to division of 4-digit numbers. Remind students of the rule of tens using play money. 1,000 rupee note can be exchanged for 10 100 rupee notes. 100 rupee note can be exchanged for 10 notes of 10 rupees each, and one 10 rupee note can be exchanged for 10 notes of 1 rupee each. A school has collected 1,546 rupees, which needs to be distributed amongst 5 classes for buying cricket bats. How much does each class get? Let students say aloud. 1,546 rupees is 1,000 rupee note, 500 rupee notes, 4 10 rupee notes, and 6 1 rupee notes. Start with the number in the thousands place. We cannot divide one note of 1,000 rupees among 5 classes. Students themselves may come up with the solution. Change 1,000 for 10 100 rupee notes. These notes have to be placed in the hundreds place. Now we have 10 plus 5 hundreds, which is 15. Divide 15 by 5 and each class gets 3 notes of 100. Moving one step to the right, there are 4 10 rupee notes. These cannot be divided by 5, so no tens are distributed. We change 4 tens for 41 rupee notes. Now we have a total of 46 1 rupee notes. 9 times 5 is 45, which comes closest to 46. So we can give 9 rupees to each class. There is 1 rupee which cannot be divided, and that is the remainder. Each class thus gets 309 rupees. Let another group of students work this out on paper. Start dividing from the thousands place. 1 cannot be divided by 5, so we write a 0 in the quotients place. Let students realize that 1,000 is yet to be divided. The 1,000 can be regrouped as 10 hundreds. Now move one step right. Take the next digit 5, which is in the hundreds place. Bring down the 5. 10 hundreds plus 5 hundreds is 15. And 15 divided by 5 is 3. Students must write 3 in the quotients place. No more hundreds remain. Move one step right to the tens place. Bring down the 4. But 4 also cannot be divided by 5. So, a 0 has to be written in the quotient. Let students note that 4 tens are yet to be distributed. These tens can be regrouped as 40 units. Now, move one place to the right. Bring down the 6. We now have 40 plus 6, which is 46. When 46 is divided by 5, students will get 9 as the quotient and 1 as the remainder. Hence, 1,546 divided by 5 gives 309 as quotient and 1 as remainder. Here is another instance where division rules are useful. A school with 6 classrooms orders bricks. One truckload arrives with 14,506 bricks. How many bricks will be available for each classroom? Will any bricks be remaining? Tell students to read the problem and understand what has been asked for. Words such as how much will each one get, or share of each, or distribute equally is a tip for students that the process of division has to be used. Let students work out the problem using long division.